Okay, everybody. Can anybody hear us? Hey,
we are live.
What's up, everybody? Nikras in the chat, Firima. Okay, some of these names I do recognize.
Some I do recognize, some I don't.
Okay, so
yeah, I think we can start.
Welcome to the stream, everybody. I hope you're as excited as we are. We're your two hosts for tonight. So I'm Elendir, and with me today is Gnomi.
Well, hello.
Also known as Treebeard on the Discord servers. So maybe you'll recognize him if we call him Treebeard. We'll just wait for another minute or something, you know, so everybody's on the same page and nobody misses the start of the stream. It's a lot of people already. Really cool.
That's really nice.
Okay, so while we wait for another minute or two, maybe we can, you know, talk about what we've got planned for today. Basically, our plan is to show just a couple standard matches in the beginning, 1 or 2 1v1 matches between our testers, and then a 2v2 at the end, where it's a bit more fun, a bit more relaxed. So we have enough time to talk about all the new stuff, you know, talk about the spellbooks, talk about the changes to the economy that we just announced a couple of days ago. We planned several matches. Yeah, exactly. So we planned several matches so we can show you all the factions and show you what changed for all of them. We've got new maps that we can show, which I'm very excited about. What we're not going to show you, I think we need to announce that right now. We are not going to show you the Horde maps that Gnomi made.
Yes, in the Horde maps there's, I know that, but they are special and there are some surprises in there, and if you show all of them in stream now, then you're not surprised about it, and we don't want to spoil everything for you.
Yeah.
So that's why we don't show it.
It's totally not because we don't want to show off. 136 viewers? Wow.
Nice.
That's sick. It's happening.
Oh my god.
Whoops. Okay.
What did you just
Nobody
do?
noticed that. That's me being a noob streamer, that's all. Okay, so I think we can go ahead, right?
Yes.
Computerkaiser, ist es eigentlich bekannt, ob das Volk Nebelberge zu 4.5 kommen wird? Nein. I just translate that. Oh, you can.
Yes, you know about if it comes, and no, it won't come.
Yeah. Somebody in the chat asked if the Misty Mountains will be part of 4.5, and no, it won't be, unfortunately. So, if our players are ready.
Oh, and well, hey Chakra, nice to see you old guys here.
Some hardcore fans.
Yes.
Nuramon just asked if we are going to upload this to YouTube. Yes, we are. So, if you can't catch it right now, don't worry. Fubuki is sleeping. Ah, there we go. All right. So countdown, everybody. Good luck to have fun. Let's go. Maybe To start off, Gnomi, you can introduce the players.
Well, we have Fubuki and Spartacus. Yeah, both are beta testers for a long time now. They're some of the best players we have in Edain. They are still playing 4 for 1. And yeah, I think they're great players to show us the new version.
So in the top left, this is Fubuki, he's playing as Lothlórien. And in the bottom right, this is Spartacus. And already we see the banner of the Red Eye. So if we take a look at the Mordor orcs, they're already level 2. So this is the new spell for Mordor on the left side of the spellbook. And it basically what it does, you can see the description here, what it does is all basic orcs, all melee orc fighters, so also this also affects the one that you get from the outposts. They get a banner carrier for free, so if you want to get as many orcs out as possible, that's the way to do it. Can't go wrong with Forts of Isen. Yeah, I mean, it's the standard map. Ask Nomi, he's been playing it for I don't know how many years, 10 years? Probably.
Longer.
Longer.
I started playing Battle for Middle-earth 2 in 2005 or something, or 6. And you always played Forts of Isen.
There you have it. Okay, so what's happening? Both sides pretty much just creeping. Lothlórien going for the troll immediately. Easy peasy. Mordor being aggressive, going right through the center. Actually, Lothlórien didn't take this free spot. Mordor might be able to sneak it. Yeah, I think so. Even more creeping going on. There's a lot of pikes already for Lothlórien, right? He's got some in the center here and at the troll creep.
Yeah, about pike, they were also changed a bit, as in the last versions they were always just counters against knights and weren't used for anything else. But now we have made a change. Oh, well, they will die.
Yeah.
Probably now.
Probably.
Yeah.
Oh, what's not to do?
Oh no. Okay.
Okay, so this is basically let's not attack each other or something.
Yeah. What I was talking about was that in Battle for Middle-earth 2, pikes were also good against military buildings like barracks. They made this because then the pikes also had another purpose after the creeping. So we also added this in this version.
Yep. So maybe we'll see this later on if Fubuki gets a chance to. Okay. What?
What? Okay, we won't see this later on.
We did say this is a beta,
but
I've got no idea what happened.
Yeah. Well, it's always like that. If you test something, it always.
Yeah, quality streaming, right?
Well, yeah, it could be the problem with the DVD bug.
Might be.
As it was at 3:21. This is exactly when normally the DVD bug appears. So. Nice!
You know, I did prepare for some issues, but not for that one. Hey, good fellas in the chat. I'm just thinking, this is weird.
This is really weird.
So we could just try another one.
Mm. Yeah, goodbye. Stream's over.
Yeah, Lorien's OP, instant defeat.
Yeah.
Everybody knew that.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll just give us a minute. This just gives us more time to talk, if we're being honest.
Yeah. The more you change, the more it will always be the same.
Yeah, the more you change, the more things stay the same.
So there was a question if there's something like patch notes with every change you did to all the numbers.
I actually did make a list of all the small changes, but well, it's not all the small changes because there's a fuck ton of small changes, and because there were so many betas, we went back and forth with a few of those. So most of them are going to be in a list, as with previous releases. You know, there's going to be the most important ones, and you can find them in a changelog. But you won't find everything when it's about, I don't know, change the armor of flying Nazguls from this to that, if there's like a 5% change. The bigger things like cavalry taking a bit more damage from this, or Mumax being a bit more resistant to swords, for example, that's going to be in there probably. Okay, so what I actually just wanted to talk about there with Lothlórien, some of you might have already seen that. Some of you might have seen that the Lothlórien units were moving really fast. That's because their starting ability got changed. In 4.4.1, it was an active ability that you hit once, and then you get for 30 seconds, I think, it was a 50% speed increase. But now it's a bit different. The old ability is now an ability of the Edain-Mod Dwarves. So they have this sprint ability, as Gimli with his famous quote, you know, he says dwarves are natural born sprinters or something. I don't know how it goes in English. Have you seen the movies in English enough? Nomi?
No, I don't remember correctly, but it was something like that.
Something like that. So, but yeah, anyway, the Edain-Mod Dwarves now have this sprint ability, which meant that we had to come up with something new for the Lothlórien units. And the new ability basically is the opposite of what the Edain units, the Edain swordsmen had, which makes them faster the fewer they are. So if you have only one battalion of swordsmen or pikes or archers, then they are 40% faster, and then the more units are in one place, you know, the slower they get. What we can also talk about, of course, we started talking about it with the new Mordor spell, right? The Mordor spellbook.
You can show the Mordor spellbook.
So this is the new Mordor spellbook, the layout. At the top left, that's the one that you already saw, Banners of the Red Eye. The numbers that you see here, those aren't, you know, final progress. This is work in progress rather. But basically, the left side, Banners of the Red Eye, then the Easterlings, then the Haradrim, all of the defensive spells that have a long-term they work over a long period of time, basically. Anna spellbook, please. You gotta wait for the release for that one. That's a secret. But yeah, sorry. But the center one, that's the one where you can unlock the Nazgul. I think it's very fitting. The Nazgul being the main agents of Sauron in the Third Age, and they are the ones who really put the fear into the hearts of the enemies of Mordor. Backup material, Mordor spellbook.
Yeah. Yeah, well, if Spartacus says he needs 5 minutes, then I think we can survive another 5 minutes.
Can we survive another 5 minutes? We can.
Yes.
If we got another 5 minutes to talk about, then we'll just talk about the Lothlórien spellbook as well.
Oh, okay, good.
Which is this one. And guess what? I found a bug.
Perfect.
So in the bottom right, you know, the final spell, the Huans, they are not actually 6 spell points. They do cost 10 spell points. This is, again, beta gameplay.
Yes.
But yeah, Lothlórien is probably the spellbook. I say probably. It is the spellbook that went through the most changes. I stopped counting at some point. I don't know. Probably 10 iterations of the entire spellbook until we finalized it. What do you think?
At least 10.
There was a lot of work that we put into it, but the result is probably, I think changed the most things in this spellbook, right? Don't think the others got as many changes. Yeah, unfortunately, I can't. You know, I'm not as skilled. I'm not skilled enough to make this entire thing interactive, and with the observer system in Battle for Middle-earth, I can't show it in game either. So yeah, this is a workaround of sorts.
This is an overlay.
Maybe we can talk about a few things in here that weren't in the announcement that's on the ModDB side and on the Modding Union. For example, the arrow volley that's on the right side. The arrow volley has been strengthened quite a bit. It does more damage now, and it also units hit by it, enemy units hit by it, now take additional damage by archers. So we received a lot of feedback in the past, you know, this is a bad spell, you never use it, blah 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 blah. So we did some things to increase the usefulness, and I think if we can finally get this going again, we'll see it in action. Because it's, of course, against Mordor orcs, it's especially deadly. Come on, Spartacus. Okay, am I seeing this right? Gibt es neue Helden bei Lothlórien? Are there new heroes with Lothlórien? No, there are no new heroes, but Galadriel has had a major rework. All of her abilities, I think all of her abilities, right?
Yes.
Well, except the gifts of Lothlórien, they stayed the same.
Oh yeah.
The other abilities all have been either changed or she's just gotten entirely new abilities. Her level 5 ability is entirely new, the level 7 ability as well, and the first and the last ability have seen some big changes.
And also there are the two spells in the spell book for Galadriel.
Yeah, exactly, Nora. You decide, basically on the right side, that's the offensive part of the spellbook. If you take that path, you get the evil Galadriel that's incredibly destructive and can do a lot of damage, but she's on a timer. And on the left side you have the blessed Galadriel, as it were, which is a permanent bonus, and it gives you, well, it turns it into more of a supporting hero that buffs all of your units, increases the speed, and so on and so forth. Computer Kaiser, not Geyser, asks if Gandalf has seen any changes. Gandalf hasn't seen any direct changes, but Gandalf the White has been buffed quite significantly. So if you get Gandalf the White, Gandalf now gets additional health. He does even more damage now. So I think it used to be 50% additional damage, but now it does 100% additional. He gets 100% additional damage. So, leveling him up and getting to the Word of Power, that's, that's painful.
So, 1 minute left for Spartacus. At least you wrote that.
Otherwise, we'll just have to get someone else to play.
Luke just asked about the economy system. And, well, I think I can say something which wasn't in your article, which doesn't, it isn't important for all factions, but the factions with lumber mills, because lumber mills were changed quite a lot for the next version, or at least trees in total are changed. If you just look at the past few versions of Edain or the Battle for Middle-earth versions, the trees lasted really long. So mostly, if you build a lumber mill, then the trees around the lumber mill lasted for 30 minutes or longer. So it was basically just for show if they got deleted. And we changed that. Lumber mills now always just last for a short period of time, and then all the trees are gone, but they will get faster resources in this time. So you can use them for to get a short bonus on the resources, a short boost. And with that, we also changed the devastation spell. As most people didn't know it, but with the devastation spell, if you hit 3 trees, you basically was at the maximum. If you hit more trees, you didn't really get more money. And this is now also changed. Now it's really that if you hit more trees, you will always get more money. At least in 99% of the times, you will get more money. So there were quite a lot of changes there.
Okay, so good news. Spartacus fixed it. Finally.
Hey!
So we should get this going again. Hopefully it doesn't crash again.
So, Firima, as I said, if Spartacus tells us that he's ready in 2 minutes, or 3 minutes, or 4 minutes, then we won't start a game which basically just goes for 2 or 3 minutes. That's why we didn't start the game there. Oh, I have to change to Observer.
Okay, everybody ready up? Here we go again.
So Captain RSM is Spartacus.
Totally planned, by the way. Totally planned.
Yeah. So, let's see if this lasts longer than 3 minutes.
Hopefully it does. Alright, so...
Well, the funny thing was that in the Edain Discord, the English one, they memed that all the testers just had to surrender at 3 minutes and troll us. So perhaps he really did
So
it.
somebody is trolling us, right? Come on, people.
Yes, so probably the same start for both factions as before.
I guess.
Yes,
I mean,
Mordor is doing the same.
We can talk about the map a little bit. This is not the old Forza Horizon 2. This is a version that's a bit different. As you might see right here, you know, there's a walk in the center of the map, and the trolls are right here in the corners. So what happened with this map is the outposts were pushed to the sides. We did that because we thought, you know, if you just get an outpost here in the very center, you can just camp there and turtle for a very long time, basically. And a lot of people complained about that, you know, saying that it made the game too campy. So, yeah, this should hopefully...
All pray for Spartacus.
Hopefully work better. And this is, by the way, Patrol of the Marsh Wardens. This is the tooltip, so this is basically what I was talking about earlier. You know, if you have one battalion of Marsh Wardens, they are 40% faster, and then 30%, 20%, and so on and so forth. So, if you take a look at this one, this battalion, this is alone, standing around, doing nothing, enjoying the beautiful landscape. Goes Fubuki. Ah, there we go. You know, they're very fast. Very, very fast. These are as well, these pies. And yeah, it's very fitting to Lothlórien being this hit-and-run faction that doesn't really want to fight head-on. Makes them great for harassing. Makes them great for being in several places at once. While Mordor, of course, these orcs are really slow. Mordor is all about getting an overwhelming army and then crushing everything else. Okay, so again, wall creeping. Gorbak is just doing his own thing, I guess. 3 minutes are gone. Oh, there's the other
I
side.
think so.
Meanwhile,
You can see that the Mordor strategy is still similar to before. You will have multiple Mordor barracks and just spare orcs. Always fitting for Mordor.
yeah, very fitting for Mordor. We might see the new defense banner. Sorry, excuse me. Later on in the game, when Spartacus has the money for it. Put that right down. Fubuki is floating a lot of money. Wow. Is he going for... I think he's going for a really quick hero. Is that possible? I think he just...
Well, he doesn't have money anymore, so...
I think he might have just gone
Probably.
for right off the bat. Meanwhile. And there's the arrow storm. There we go. Yeah, rip those guys. Okay, so nice little combination here. Why did he use the mist? In Edain 4.5, the mist gives you units a bit more movement speed, while also camouflaging them. So right now, as you can see, this is the new Ambush of the Wood Elves ability, and since they are currently close to trees, in cover, they can use that. Which is a very short boost, but it's very powerful as well. 50% additional damage is really not something to scoff at. Okay, so Lothlórien pushes him back in the center. and at the bottom. And there's Hardy. Hey, I was right.
Yeah. As you all see, Lothlórien still OP.
Oh, it's still OP. He's level 4 swordsman. I'm level 5 now. Yeah. That's not enough orcs to fight that many Lothlórien units. And it's quite a bit of experience for Haldir, who's halfway through level 3 already.
Oh, we see another new thing here.
Yeah, this is what's it called in English? The mystical stream. So how does this work? You summon the source basically, and then from there on you can create the stream. And as you can see, these orcs are not moving at all basically, so it slows you down by 50%, I think. Yeah, and it stays for a long time, so I don't know if it was the best decision to put it there, but if you can put it, for example, put it right here at the fort, and you can stop enemies from running away from you, or you can ensure your own safety when you're retreating. Things like that, it's very useful for that. That's a nice one.
We travel from Lothlórien.
Take a look at the bases. 3 orc barracks and lots and lots of orcs in production. And Sauron is on the way. So,
No,
was
that's
really going
relevant.
for this long game.
We bring swords from Lothlórien.
2 fortresses. Yeah, so if you take a look at, I'll just show this real quick. The forges, Lothlórien's forges now have this new submenu, the economy upgrades, where you can research the forge tools. Yeah, I don't know. This is also something new. There's so much new stuff.
Yeah, well, I can also just another, well, basically new thing. The towers, as Spartacus built his first tower. Yeah, towers OP, as everyone knows, but we just thought that we perhaps look at another game where the towers were not OP and they were still used, which was Battle for Middle-earth 1. And the evil faction there also had all the small towers they could build around the fortress. And yeah, basically they dealt a lot of damage, so you couldn't just run in and destroy everything, but you could also destroy them really quickly. So if you had a bigger army, you just went in 1 battalion of knights or normal infantry to one tower.
You're cut off a bit. Ignore me, I can't really understand anything you're saying.
We bring swords from Lothlórien.
You're lagging really hard. Robot time, hell yeah. This was hard as ever, by the way. It's just not supposed to go well this evening, I think. Gnome, are you still here? Yeah, you're back.
Yeah, now I hear you. Yeah, everyone was writing that no one heard me. Yeah, I don't know what you heard from me.
Mordor is in that base. Get into base. Oh, there's a Nazgul out.
Okay.
I'm chilling.
Okay.
Running
So
away.
basically, I was just talking about towers.
There's a Mirkwood outpost. And some palace guards are on the way. Palace guards, of course. Yeah, I can show you when they're out. They now come by default. They come equipped with heavy armor. which is new. Previously, there were no units in the entire faction of Lothlórien that had access to that level. But now, both the Galadrim and the Palace Guards, so basically the heaviest units in the Lothlórien roster, have access to that. Mordor's going for Haldir, trying to kill him with Cankran and Nazgûl. And I don't think that's going to work out in the base. Not really. So that Cankran didn't do a lot. Here are the Palace Guards, and as you can see here, this is basically, we added it as a sort of passive ability to explain what's going on. But yeah, it basically just means that they come equipped with heavy armor, which makes them tougher against arrows, but also increase their price by quite a bit. And he shouldn't just be attacking this. Attack the orcs, otherwise you die. Lothlórien, by the way, is still at 500 command points. And you can see, so this is the Sanctuary. And in the Sanctuary you can now research this, which is expanded storerooms, which increases your command point limit by 200. You can do that 5 times. You start off with the 500 that Fubuki has currently, and then you eventually get to a maximum of 1500. More Palace Guards. Mordor might try to... Well, eventually he has to attack the Mirkwood outpost, right?
So, when Discord was deleting all the things we said to each other, did you talk about Sauron and the economy?
Not yet. I just watched
Not
Harry
yet.
about it. So whoever put that in the chat like a few minutes ago, you jinxed it. I think Max Power was it? Yeah, I did that. Rip. But yeah, economy. Why don't you explain how that works for Mordor in 4.5?
Well, basically, it's all about Sauron.
So you see
That's
it
the
chilling
short
with the
version.
outpost.
Bit. So, yeah, as you might see if then you shows it to
Yeah, I
you,
can show it.
the extern settlement, they are still all level 1, while the intern buildings are already level 2. This is because Sauron can use his ability, I don't know what's called in English.
Influence of Sauron.
The influence of Sauron. And yeah, basically he just can use it on the building, and then the resource buildings level up, either inside of the fortress or outside of the fortress.
Yeah, exactly. So as you can see here, you know, this is the building that has the influence of Sauron. You see it with these banners indicate that, and that means that all the internal buildings are now level 2. And if he uses it again, this time on the arsenal instead of another tribute camp, all these economy buildings will reach level 3. Meanwhile, there's a Cirith Ungol barracks at the very top. And Mordor is at 1300 command points, while Lothlórien is at 400. So it's really not looking good.
Oh yeah.
But on the other hand, it is just orcs. Orcs and a lot of heroes, which can do something for him. But if he wants to actually attack the Lothlórien base, I think he needs to get something else out, maybe get an outpost, or yeah, get some trolls in his own base. I mean, trolls against Palace Guard, that's not really what you want.
Not really.
He's going for it. Let's see if Fubuki, yeah, he's coming down with some units to defend his outpost, obviously. staying with Summoner's own base. Oh, he's at level 5, so he has his leadership unlocked. And he's got a lot of spell points. He just used Radagon's Summoner. Do you see that? I think he... Oh yeah, at the
bottom left. I think.
Okay. So
There was
that's his second ability. Yeah. So he used him on foot. I don't know, maybe he could have used the sledge wing. Is that the English word? Come on, it's Haldia already. Yep, rip Haldia.
Too many heroes.
Too many heroes and not enough pikes to protect him. Also rip that level 5 battalion. So close.
About the question about the Hobbit campaign, it's still on our agenda. Nothing changed there.
We might see a big arrow storm in a second here. Let's see what the spell points are for Mordor. So Mordor is at 4 spell points now. So he's close to unveiling the Nazgul, for example.
Mm-hmm.
And there's the arrow storm. Hey, I caught that. Yeah, and those guys are dead. So that's, you know, this is just orcs, but that was some of the feedback that we got, that, you know, it should at least kill some basic orcs, which have the lowest health out of any unit in the game. It's a big Mordor army here.
Mm-hmm.
Spartacus is, he's still, oh, he's got an outpost now. Top right.
Yes.
I totally missed that.
Yeah, but also just a norm standard outpost.
Okay, so Galadriel is out. This is going to be interesting because Galadriel is very powerful against Mordor and against all these orcs. But yeah, Mordor is already sending a hit squad of Nazgul and Sauron's mouth of Sauron, I think, right?
And Shelob.
And Shelob. So is looking bad.
If she can survive that, it would be really nice, but...
Oh, that's a nice move. So Spartacus used the Screech ability, so that all the units run away from Galadriel and he can attack them. That was very nicely done.
Yeah.
Very nicely done. And there was a... Yeah?
Yeah, if all the Mirkwood units were there 10 seconds earlier, then Galadriel would probably have survived and killed everything, but...
It was probably a slight mistake on Fubuki's part, because
Yes.
he didn't get his army to protect Galadriel. I'm still missing some siege weapons. And as I say that, yay,
What
the
there?
Rams are on the way.
Oh yeah, I see the Rams.
So he's probably, what he's doing right now, he's making Fubuki focus all his attentions on this massive orc army, and then he's probably going to bring his Rams in from the right side. And the way it looks right now, it really looks like Fubuki is about to lose, and Spartacus is about to win this game. Mirkwood is still standing. And by the way, something that I didn't have the chance to talk about, but these buildings are already level 3, so does he have any outside buildings? No, not that one. So, okay, so Fubuki decided to upgrade his internal
swords from
buildings,
Lorien.
so the buildings within his base, within his fortress first, which is a smart choice, I guess, in, you know, seeing that his base is under constant attack, and if he levels up his buildings, they get increased hit points as well, of course, so they can resist these attacks a bit longer. Instead of the other choice would have been to upgrade his melon trees first, which doesn't really help him since he doesn't have many melon trees to begin with.
But I think the battering rams, I think they are gone. Not yet, but
Ooh, nice. There's one left.
oh yeah, but still they are gone.
So that's what's that thing called in English? I don't know. Lanterns. Well, I could have come up with that one.
Okay, the next 3 battering rams are coming, and now he's also recruiting some catapults.
Okay,
So
Spartacus really goes for it right now. He did go for the nice builds, but looks like okay, that's and with the citadel gone, all these other buildings are now much more vulnerable to ramps, actually, because I can show that goes really quickly. I think. No, I can't. For whatever reason. As long as the citadel stands, the other buildings in the fortress get increased armor against siege weapons. So that encourages you to do what Spartacus is doing right now, which is just go in with your infantry army and destroy the citadel. And then once that is down, your rams or your catapults will do lots and lots of damage. Citadel is going down again. And I think that's it.
hey, but we saw 1 catapult attacking.
Oh hey, Mesco died. Somewhere. I don't know where, but he died. He did. These pellets. These pellets guys are just having a leisurely stroll. And as you can see, you know, there's just these three rams. My English is hard. This is a level 3 building, level 3 forge, and with the citadel gone, it still goes down really fast. So it's a good choice to go for the citadel first. Now he just needs to kill this military outpost. When Fubuki prepares a last stand. Will you lower the volume of that Nazgul death screech? Is it that bad? Maybe I'm just used to it. So yeah, welcome to the blob of death, which is the Mordor army. Holy shit, that's laggy. Actually, if you take a look at the Merkwood units to the right, there's the new enchanted tree. What's it called? Refuge in the Woods. My Mordor is in beast mode. I really want to see an Ariston. Let's go. Ooh yeah. Hey, they survived. You know why? It's this. You combine them with overseers. Well, some of them survived, the others got wrecked. But, yeah. This is back.
This is not a nice place to meet.
If I can click on him. Oh, okay. So that's a lot of damage. But not really a problem, of course, because Mordor has so many barracks to replace all that. And there we go. Hey, Mordor is out. So I guess, yeah, Spartacus had to buy something. And he decided, you know, against all these palace guards, the troll hero is the way to go. GG. Okay, so first match done. Did they say anything about the release date? No, there is no release date as of yet. Oh, hey Spartacus. Spartacus is in the chat. Get the London to voice everything? I don't think so. Can't see the fans. Oh. Okay, so that was a convincing victory for Spartacus. Very well played.
Yeah, so we see Lothlórien still OP, but Mordor even more OP.
Mordor even more OP. Okay, where is that map that I'm looking for? There it is. Nothing wrong with OP Mordor, it's how it should be. I am detecting a small, just a little bit of bias there, Necro. Might be your username.
Okay, you brought it already.
Oh yeah, FG is in the chat. Thanks for pointing that out.
I think our testers just want to play people. the good people of Middle-earth.
So, okay. The next matchup is going to be Gondor vs Isengard. Stream is lagging.
So, I think we can start here.
Yeah, I think we can start. I hope it's not lagging too
For too
hard.
many, yeah. So, if it is too laggy for you, we will upload the stream later on our YouTube channel. Yes, Aaron, we are alive! We haven't died yet.
Welcome to the beta.
Oh, wait.
The game just crashed. Where have I seen that before?
Nice.
Oh, come
Oh
on.
gosh. Everything works perfect today. No crash for a few months, and now
Classic Edain.
classic Sage engine. First live crash in 4.5. Woo!
Oh, by the way, where was that comment?
Which comment?
Welcome to Edain, where one of every 3 games work.
Okay.
Those are rookie numbers.
Can you select another? Okay, nice.
Okay. Now, in German we call this the Vorführ effect, as someone pointed out in the stream. I don't know what you call that in English. It basically means that as soon as you're on stage, everything that can go wrong will go wrong.
So.
Please no more crashes, please no more crashes, please no more crashes. Second match, let's go. Gondor vs Isengard. Gondor, of course, has gotten a new and improved marketplace. I think Fubuki will build a marketplace in this game. We can show you that. You could call it Murphy's Law. Yeah, I could. So,
Murphy's Law is a bit different. Murphy's Law is a bit more in general, so that whatever you do, it will always go wrong. But Vorführ effect is basically just if you show something, if you're on this stage, exactly then you have Murphy's Law.
okay, so Isengard, of course, has these new bad boys, the Isengard Scouts, which have been overhauled as well. They now started with this passive ability. Basically, what this does is it makes them scale really well. So if you manage to keep them alive for long and you manage to level them up, they get more powerful bonuses, because every unit in Battle for Middle-earth, you know, when you reach level 2 and then level 3 and so on and so forth, you do more damage and you get more health, or that battalion, you know, does more damage and has more health. And these scouts will get more bonus damage and more bonus health compared to, for example, these Gondor units. At level 1 they're basically exactly the same, but at level 3, level 4, level 5, these guys will kick the asses of many Gondor units.
Also, Fubuki did not buy a spell yet. This could mean that he's going for the central spell.
Oh yeah, that's a
The
possibility.
first. That's something he's doing quite often.
So, yeah, maybe we should talk about that.
That's why I just said it.
So, I can show you the spellbook of Gondor really quick. As you can see here in the very center, that's Formations of Gondor. If you buy that spell and you toggle your formation, so for these Gondor fighters it would be the shield wall formation or the porcupine formation for these pikes, then you get additional armor and additional damage as long as you are in that formation. And since nearly all units of Gondor have access to formation, it can be a good choice to rush for that spell. It can be very powerful.
Right. I know for a fact that Fubuki loved the tower guards with the spell, as they are really undiable.
I mean, tower guards are already tanky, but with that spell they really takes a lot to bring them down. Spartacus might try to steal the money from this troll creep over here. And this is the new hunting arrows ability. Yeah, I think he'll get it. Maybe?
Oh, probably.
He got most of it.
He got 3 of the 4.
So that's nice. That's really nice for Isengard. He's now going for a walk bit, so cavalry. I mean, going for walks now after he's already seen so many pikes. Okay.
Yes, 40, I'm still here. I just don't want to stop Lenny from talking all the time.
I
so-
talk too much.
No, you don't talk too much.
Say something.
Everything is fine. That's just the reason why I don't say so much, because you can actually talk about what you see, so I can talk about things that happen, but yeah, but I don't know what the people see. And
Well, there's.
well,
Take a look at the top left, right above the Gondor units that are running up there. There's a lumber mill. So we made some changes to the workers as well. Maybe you can talk about that.
the workers from the lumber mills. Well, basically, I've said a few things about the trees already, and yeah, the main changes that were made to the workers are that they take longer to get I just can't talk. I just can't talk. Yes. So when you build a lumber mill, you get 2 of the workers at the beginning. This is perfectly fine, but you can recruit more workers to get more money faster. So normally it's about, if you have 5 workers, then you are at the maximum. More workers won't give you more money. And
Exactly.
yeah, so, and as the workers actually take some time now to be recruited, yeah, it could actually be useful to just kill the workers and move on, as you can do it really quickly. and you can attack multiple lumber mills in a short period of time that way. And you don't have to stay at lumber mill and attack it until it's destroyed. So.
And also, these workers now, they cost command points, so you can't get an unlimited number of them. But the upside of lumber mills is that they give you more money than normal buildings. Quite a lot more money. And depending on how the game goes, it can really pay off. So it's a high risk, high reward type of building, even more so than it used to be. I don't know, did he build more of them? No, I don't think so, right?
Okay.
No. But yeah, if you, for example, build it on your side of the map or something, and if you can protect it for a couple of minutes, it should really pay off and should make you a lot of money. And you can see now in the Gondorian base, that Fubuki has just decided to build the marketplace. So he can go for economy upgrades in a second. I'll get back to that when it's finished.
He also probably switched up his plans for the spells. Yeah, he had more than 3 spell points and then bought a 1-point spell. So probably he wanted to do something different, but was forced into it.
The first knights are out, and these knights are going to be really powerful against the scouts, of course. So I don't know, these are level 1, level 2. Spartacus has built several scouts, but didn't really manage to level them up, so that didn't pay off. And now that the knights are out, they can easily just trample them and kill them. So that's a good choice by Fubuki, I think. Meanwhile, Isengard has ticked up to level 2. It's now getting rooks, which will give him a much better fighting force, standing force, of course. Floating a bit of money now. These wolves might get caught. I don't know. Oh, the last scum died here.
Have mercy on me!
No, they got away.
There was a really important question.
That's close.
Yes. And the question was, what can men do against such reckless hate?
Now that's... Someone's asking the important question, indeed. Lone Tower. So Fubuki did decide to go down the more defensive spell path on the left side. That's the tower. Can I use that to maybe kill this level 4 battalion? Ah, no, I think it's going. No, it's getting away. Builds us out. Walks are still harassing on this right side. And in the Isengard base, you can see this new walk sentry, which will, it's available on these small build plots, and it can give you some more protection against early base rushes, for example. Okay, so while the walks are running away, we can take a look at the marketplace. Yeah, unfortunately, because of how the observer system works in this game, I can't see if he's currently researching something in this submenu because I can't click on that. He hasn't gotten either of these 3 upgrades yet, so Iron Ore or Great Harvest, as you can see. And the blacksmiths, it tells you that you need the Iron Ore upgrade in the marketplace to research upgrades. You can't do that before. But I guess Fubuki has just gone for the level 2 upgrade, so Forge Tools. Getting more money is never a bad choice. Life lessons with Edain.
Spartacus is attacking with this one worker. I think he's just doing that. Oh, attacking, I mean, he's with his army. I think he's just doing it because he wants to free up his command points.
Where exactly is that?
In the middle at the bottom. There's the one worker running with the army.
Oh yeah, there he is.
I think he just wants to free up his CP, and as he probably he won't build another lumber mill, so just get rid of the workers.
And these knights are stuck. Yeah, but that's not good for Fubuki now. Oh, it's also leveled. Well, not yet. Fubuki, meanwhile, attempted an attack.
Base attack, yes.
Yeah, there's no way he can get in there with that many units and that many defenses. He needs to spend his money. Get some units. Might some production.
But he still has no level 2 economy buildings. Which surprises me, for how long he already has the marketplace.
Yeah, it's true, maybe he forgot it for a bit. The thing about the Forge Tools upgrades that, that level your economy buildings is that they take a very long time because they are so powerful. And we didn't want it to be a very expensive upgrade. We wanted to have it in a place where everybody can afford it. You can't just build it right at the start, but you can afford it eventually. And actually, there we go. We just got it.
Just got it. Nice. Okay.
But it just takes a very long time to research, which is also basically it's counteracting the immense strength of that upgrade. It's 25% global production increase. That's really much. It's a lot. And it also increases the hit points on your buildings, so it's a very powerful upgrade. And unlike other military upgrades, like Forged Blades for example, you don't need to buy it on your units then. You can just, once you have it, boom, it's there forever. And now he's going for the iron ore, actually. So we might see upgrades next if he has the money for it.
Nice.
Then even has his Guardian of the Citadel upgrade.
I think Fubuki is doing quite a good job on attacking the economy of Spartacus.
Yes.
As you see at the top left, he just destroyed the building. And if you look around the base of Spartacus, there are always the buildings of Fubuki. Or at least at the top right and the top left. The bottom left.
Actually, I think it's... There's an outpost in the bottom left. How did he manage
Oh
to
yeah,
get
there's...
that?
if you go such far, yes.
I guess Fubuki hasn't scouted that yet and doesn't even
Yeah,
know about it.
I think he'll buy... Fubuki will also buy an outpost.
Yeah.
As his troops are standing there, the
Thinking
top right.
about it.
And Spartacus is ignoring all the knights, which attack his buildings.
Screw
Yes.
this.
Now there's the
There's
outpost.
And in the meantime,
Oh yeah, you're just see. Yes, it seems as the outpost misses the outpost of Spartacus misses one plot.
oh, I see. Yeah,
Yeah, I will look at it after the stream.
it sometimes happens, unfortunately.
Yeah.
There's a wildman hut right in front of Fubuki's base. Okay.
Okay, you can do it.
Industry has been used on this building. Okay, by the way, Spartacus has also already gotten his level 2 upgrade for his buildings.
Yes, I see it.
And now what's interesting, of course, with Isengard is that if you build furnaces in your base, their discount, you need to get them to level 3, even though this description, that's still wrong. You need to get them to level 3 before their discount actually works. So it's probably a good choice to upgrade the buildings in your base, so at your fortresses, at your outposts first before you upgrade your external buildings. Wow, Gondor is even trying to siege him already. If you look at the top right, he's built
Yes.
siege works. Don't think he can actually do that. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
he doesn't have enough units, I think.
He doesn't have enough units to defend it if Isengard just attacks.
Yeah. And there's
But I
people
think it's
down as
also
well.
I think it's also quite funny that at the outposts the settlement next to it.
Oh, yeah.
So on top, it's always exactly the inverse. So
Indeed.
if you look at the Gondor, there's the Isengard and
Yeah. As you can see, yeah, I mean, I don't think Fubuki can hold this outpost, right? There's Ugluk in there, there's Lords in there.
oh yeah, and
That's
now
a
there's
spell
the
usage.
Tainted Land.
Lords is going to
Yeah,
town on these poor
I will-
soldiers.
I think Fubuki's units are just dying.
He's trying to upgrade his siege works to get catapults out, but I don't think. Oh, he has forged blades now.
Oh, here's the Fort Red. Well, that changes a bit, but
I still don't think you should fight
I
on
just-
this land. I think you
no.
should retreat a bit to here, to the well. But he's still holding. These knights.
Well, he's probably now going to the 5-point spell with the formations, and he'll have it within this battle, I think. Yes, he will get it. And with this spell, he might actually be
Ah, yeah, there you
able.
go.
Yes, now he has it,
So
and this makes him much stronger.
20% damage and armor is a lot.
So I don't know if it is enough.
I think he should hold this. I mean, he's got his barracks right here, so he can reinforce.
Yeah,
his
no,
position.
he's.
But still, it wasn't a terrible fight for Isengard either, because if I can get
He
Lords
leveled up
is
his
level 6.
heroes. Yes.
Ugluk was in there some. Ooh, these knights.
I don't know which was the starting level of. Ooh,
Yeah,
that hurts.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, but I think it was interesting for that Fubuki just said, okay, I will get forged blades, I will get deformations, and with that I will survive.
Use it.
And now he has trebuchets. He's got 400 command points, I think.
Yes.
I think you need to get more units out before anything else. But let's take a look here.
Battalion standing by.
Okay, Isengard is going for forged blades as well,
Yes.
but he doesn't have them yet. So that's something.
Well, I just thought perhaps we might see the siege shields, the new ones, the siege works, but I don't think that Fubuki will buy them, as Isengard is not recruiting any crossbowmen currently. so I don't think that they are useful.
And he's mostly building the walk sentries in his base as well, so
Yeah.
no point in getting those.
So,
2 trebuchets now. He might have just built his own building. Because why not? I mean, in the meantime, Spartacus has really gotten most of the map. There are not a lot of buildings left that Fubuki has. It's mostly Spartacus. I think once these knights are fully healed up, they can do something about that, but that should take a while.
Yes. And if they die now? Oh yeah, Fubuki is not looking at it.
Yeah, he's trying to actually attack. So,
Yeah, I think he wasn't paying attention, and that's why the knights just said, well, attack all the pikes and die.
yeah, actually Fubuki is even coming back to defend his outpost, which I don't think is a good choice. I think I would have just gone ahead. Oh!
Oh yeah, he has the spell.
But I don't think that's it. Because now with Forge Blades, the damage output of these arrows is much higher. Just level 7, wow.
Yeah.
That's a Duke. And actually there are some crossbowmen coming from the left side now. This is
Not good for Fubuki.
these 3 summons that we now see. What's... I don't even know what they're called in English. Shiagan
The traitors? Or
It's basically, this spell is 3 summons for the price of 1. So you get these Keepers of Dunland, which are great against buildings and great for tanking. You get these Traitors of Rohan, which are cavalry summon, and you get Grishna Explorers that are great against heroes. Spartacus decided to YOLO and just summon them all at once. And seeing as he's totally crushing his army, who can blame him? But they are designed in a way where basically there are 3 smaller summons. They are rather expensive, I think 7 spell points. It's a tier 3 spell. But the summons themselves aren't that strong. They can all do something really well. Grishna is great versus heroes. These Keepers of Dunland are great for tanking or for killing buildings like an outpost that's undefended. This one was pretty nicely defended. But, yeah. And suddenly Fubuki is down to 121 points. No map control.
yeah, he was even low. He was at 30 or something at the end of the battle.
Yeah.
And
And was again very nicely played by Spartacus, coming in from the
of course,
bottom right,
yes.
He's gotten banner carriers as well, but he doesn't have the money to actually buy it. And he's only got 1 barracks to produce units.
Rise to the glory of Gondor.
And these 2 towers alone are not enough to protect his base.
No.
So what we're going to see, Spartacus does exactly that. He's going for the citadel first, to stop, for example, this tower from finishing.
Yeah, but you can see also at the tower, at the right tower, there were just 3 or so spearmen attacking it for 1 second. You see, it's already got some damage. So if a whole battalion would attack it, it would have been destroyed within 1 or 2 seconds, even with the bonus from the citadel.
Spartacus going full beast mode.
Seems like not only his Mordor is in beast mode.
Yeah, unfortunately, this was a rather quick game.
This was a really quick game.
So no tier 4 powers or anything, no Army of the Dead.
Ah, sad.
Couldn't show off the new Rohan spell either. Okay, GG.
That's so, yes. So I'll be back in a second.
Okay. So what we didn't do, I missed that, sorry for that. The Isengard spellbook. This one. So what I meant was the spell at the very right in the third row. That's the sound that I was talking about. Marketplace in battle between best players. That's a change. It certainly is. Marketplace meta starts now. Okay, so coming up would be a 2v2 match. We've got Goodfella playing in there, we've got Necro playing. We can show you a new map that Gnomi made for 4.5. Horde maps were not shown, come on. How do you pronounce that even? I'm sorry if I butchered that. Didn't mean to. We didn't want to spoil them. So you can discover them for yourselves.
So, I'm back.
Okay. That's the right pronunciation. Nice. Can you play a live action gameplay? No, I'm not playing. With Gnomi in here, also talking about everything that's going on, and then just me playing from my own perspective. Don't think that's particularly good.
So as it was asked again in the chat, no, we didn't show the Horde maps because there are some surprises in those maps, and we don't want to spoil everything. If you see everything here, then you're not surprised if you notice it in the game.
Can you abort real quick?
About, oh yeah, I completely forgot. Okay, so
now is the time to open the meme generator and do some homework. Okay, so
do we need another player, or do we have enough?
Necro's here, and Goodfella is on his way, and then we can do the 2v2.
Okay, good.
Okay, so we had Gondor, we had Isengard, Mordor, and Lothlórien. So now we're going to show you the Dwarves, Angmar, Imladris, and Rohan, the 4 remaining factions. So let's get this going.
Nice.
Show the new Rohan spear throwers. Flamethrowers.
I think they mean the card which explodes. No, not explodes, but
The hay card.
puts fire. Yes.
The card that explodes. What is this? Fast and Furious?
No, I just had the scene of Troy in my head.
Wait, there's an explosion.
It was a burst of flame. That's close enough to explosion for me.
Suicide cards. Yeah, pretty much. Gnomi dropped.
What? I dropped? Oh, yeah. I was looking at the chat. Can you kick me? Okay, I'm here. I'm back.
Okay.
I was just looking at the chat and didn't notice that I dropped. Was weiß Sturm hat denn hier? Kann sein.
So
Can you kick me again? I forgot to press buttons.
wait, where is Gnomi?
Kick me. Nice. So.
Let's stream snipe this. That's dirty. But I guess Goodfella needs it because he can't win otherwise. Okay, so get the teams there. Everybody's waiting for Spartacus again.
Oh.
In other news, water is wet. From the bottom, nice. Okay, let's go.
Nice. Come on.
Good for that. Spartacus still, let's see right now. Okay. So the map that you're going to see is a new map by Gnomi. It's called Ringlo's Plains, Ebenen von Ringlo in German.
And it was made together with Elendia. Yes.
Yeah, come on. You did the work, and I said, "Hey, this would be cool."
Yeah, you were the typical boss and just saying, "Yeah, do this, do that," and I said yes. Yes, my lord. As you please.
Okay, so in the bottom left, this is good filler playing Imladris. Top left, Rohan, played by Spartacus. Top right, Fubuki. I think it's Fubuki, right? Didn't check. Yeah, Fubuki playing Angmar. And we got the Dwarves, the Iron Hills. So new giant iron pot. Played by Necro in the bottom right. Oh, it's lagging. Okay. Oh, come on. I think we have enough technical difficulties. So, okay, new map.
Yeah, so basically, the idea of the map was to create another map for 2 versus 2, or perhaps even FFAs. Just a balanced map, so that which is not just balanced, but also let's say nice to play for the multiplayer. And that's why Elendil was helping, and as he is one of the best players we all know and love, yeah, he basically gave me a plan and said, hey, you can use the settlements or place the settlement on the creeps, something like that. And then I did it, and then he said, nah, well, looks bad, let's do it a bit different. And then I did a bit different. And at some point he said, well, okay, it's okay, do it this way. And
giving me too much credit.
And then I started creating the map and designed it. So that is the story of the map, basically. Well, you can talk about the placement of the settlements if you want.
I can. I'm just looking at all the beautiful scenery at the moment. Looking at this waterfall. I just really, I love the visuals on this map. I love this little ledge, this little path over here. But yeah, so there's a lot of settlements in this center actually. Necro already took this one. He's going to take that one as well, it looks like. Yep. So yeah, there's a lot of settlements in the center, so it really pays if you can control this area, because you can get a lot of money here. But there are no outposts, so the outposts are on the sides of the map, guarded by several creeps, which basically you have to make the decision, you know, do you want the center where you can attack both players, both of your opponents, and get a lot of money, or do you want the outposts on the sides? And besides that, it's a very open map. You have lots of space to maneuver.
And as you said, I give too much credit to you. Well, I must agree. I forgot something. We also looked at the Rohan map in Battle of Middle-earth 1, as this was the most played map there, and then we looked, okay, how did they place everything there, and then we copied something and changed it and so on. I forgot to talk about that.
Good for us taking on 2 players in the center here all the time. It's like saying, come at me, bro. And so far he's doing pretty well. That shows really trolling. Pun intended. Angmar. In the meantime, oh, look at that. Dwarves going on the offensive, harassing over here. Good fella still just chilling in the center. Getting this. If we take a look at the spell, Necro has not yet used the ravens, I think. Do you see them anyway? Because I don't.
You don't see what?
the ravens. The dwarf, the spell of the dwarves. Oh, we can talk about it later. Anyway, so what did I want to say in the first place? I forgot.
I just look if I see the raven somewhere.
Noise. Okay. Rohan is of course interesting when it comes to the spells because they no longer have the draft spell, and instead it's pretty much been split up to two separate spells, which both give you the effect of the draft. As you saw just here, the horn was used on these peasants, and all peasants that you hit with this horn, they get emergency arms, which basically is like draft. The other spell, what is it called, draft? I don't know. The one that makes the peasants better.
Draft. Yes, it's draft.
What used to be draft is now this one, which you can cast on a floor mill or on a farm, and then you can permanently recruit peasants that come out as if they were drafted from the start. So that you can see in this in the Rohan base on this one, on this floor mill. The units that come out of this one already have that improved. Will already get that improved thing, however you want to call it. Get the improved stats. That wasn't what I was looking for, sorry. It was derpy.
Get ready to ride out.
Angmar using the frozen here. Because dwarves aren't slow enough yet, they need to be slowed down even further.
There was just the question, what does this button in farms do? I don't know which button.
Do you mean the hayward?
No.
Do you mean the supply routes?
I don't know what yet.
By the way, I found the ravens.
Oh yeah, where are they?
Basically where the dwarf is fighting. In the center, top right center.
Ah, yeah, I see them.
So, ravens, you can no longer summon them anyway, but you have to put them onto a building basically, and then they strengthen that building. It gets plus 50% armor, it gets increased vision range, and enemies in the area get debuffed. So it's much more of a defensive spell of like, you want to defend this spot, then you put the ravens on there. This is going all over the place. Necro has a lot of money. Spend that money. Build something.
Okay.
Necro and Fella are really fighting together a lot. They're usually ganging up on teaming up to just kick Angmar in the face.
Oh yeah, if they destroy all the cards of Angmar.
Did Angmar already? Oh yeah, he already did get some tribute cards in.
Yes.
So
The barracks is already level
his,
2.
his barracks to level 2. That's neat. That's enough. Rohan still hasn't taken down this mineshaft at the center. So
At the Angmar fortress, bottom left, the sentry tower. It looks really sad how it's attacking just the obelisk.
yeah. Take this.
I will destroy it! I will destroy you!
Take this for like building. Wookiee is having a hard time.
If two people gang up on you, then
Necro still has a lot of money and still doesn't build any buildings inside of the space. This is frustrating. Spartacus, in the meantime, has just finished his armory, which you can see it no longer starts at the full optics, if you want to call it that. Oh hey, there's Walter. Being like crazy. But also, yeah, hobbits. Close your gate. Okay, it does. So what I was going to say, Rohan's armory no longer starts at the full visuals, basically, with a really tall building. But now, since you can get the arsenal and the recruitment camp for the armory, you can pretty much level it up, and you need to level it up if you want to get the improved economy upgrades. So if you want to get the Forged Workers tools, the Forged Settlers tools, you need to level up your armory.
We've got a wagon ready here.
We've got a wagon ready, so there is a new battle wagon.
where? Oh yeah, I see it.
And walker base. Oh no.
Oh no. Ah. I think we have now every type of crash we can have in this game.
Got them all.
Yeah. Gotta catch them all. Oh, okay.
Just as we are about to show off the new battle wagon.
So,
That's a
abort.
shame. That's a shame. The wagon broke the game.
I don't know.
Yeah, I could lower my settings, but it looks prettier this way.
But do you have lowered your shadows? Because you won't notice shadows much if you lower them.
Necro said because it was actually doing pretty well. Yeah, I agree. I was ready to see that battle wagon wreck some faces. I mean, not that Angmar had some faces left that you could wreck, but still.
Mr. Pitchy Poo, it's not correct completely. If someone has low settings and someone has higher settings, then sometimes, with medium and above, some models look different. And this can actually cause asynchronous. So, out of sync errors. Just this can happen if there's this border with the different models.
Okay, so we'll retry it once again.
But we can. But it doesn't happen often. So mostly it doesn't happen.
Goodfellas
So,
trying to explain
teams.
that this was actually all because Sparta was hacking. So I'm not ruling that out. But let's see. I haven't kept track. How many crashes did we have and how many games? like a 50% quote. 50% quota. Pretty terrible, to be honest, but yeah. Good fellas, stop typing on the stream and get your stuff together, man.
Oh, I forgot to spam the chat. Yeah, at Pichipu it doesn't happen often, but it can happen. So, and those.
Okay, so next try. Same teams, same matchup.
Mm.
I sure hope. It just gives me time to look at the map again, so I'm not complaining.
Well, we can have a look at the middle of the map, as there were from the testers quite some questions what this actually is. There are multiple possibilities for this. So we are here in an area where some old men lived before, and they had their legends and myths of their own. So they lived there before the Numenors came there, and so it could be just something which was left over from that old times. But on the other hand, the path of the dead were quite near. So they weren't directly here, but quite near to this area. So perhaps some of the people living here also tried to do something against the dead, so that they think, well, if we build something here, then they won't attack us, and or something like that. So there are multiple possibilities. So what could this be, and where could this structure come from? Just as a small information. So what is the idea behind this?
Sure looks cool. Okay, so Rohan, top left, creeping. Again, going for peasants to start off. I'm still going for thralls at the beginning. Pretty similar to how the other game started. Except that the dwarves are now getting in on the action and getting a trophy of their own.
Come, peasants, we must rise up and fight.
Imladris has seen a few changes. Arrestor, for example, is now locked behind a few upgrades, but he's much more powerful as well. So before you basically put him on a building, and then for a short duration that building would produce units faster or give you more resources. And now you need to research all upgrades in the library to unlock Arrestor. Basically, as soon as there's no more work to be done in the library, Arrestor can go and help other buildings and help the progress of Imladris in other ways. And the way it works now is that his cooldown is exactly the same as the duration of his buff. So you put him on a building for 90 seconds. For 90 seconds, that building produces units faster. And then once these 90 seconds are over, he's ready to go again. Angmar creeping quite a bit here.
Come, peasants, we must rise up and fight.
fastest. And this time around we have much less action in the center. Dwarves are back at their own base. Fubuki as Angmar is doing better this time. Let's get this throne. Let's hit the sentinels. It's got wolves coming.
Did he build? Did he change his build order, or is it just that he
built the
played it
wolf
better?
lair at the very top of the map. And I think the biggest change is that Imladris didn't come over and really push him.
Okay, good. So
he's not 1v2. Necro's still going for a lot of stone masons in his base. Good filler, as he always does. Not building anything in his base until like the 10-minute mark or something, because he says, you know what, building buildings is actually
boring. Well, you can't micro them, so it must be boring.
Must be boring. Not his
And
cup
also
of tea.
useless. Yeah. You can't attack with them. It's useless.
It's useless. Rohan going for cavalry, but I don't think... Is there cavalry out already? No. Yes, there is. I just missed it. Terrible observing. The new signal fires have not been shown yet, no. And since we don't have Gondor in this game, we can't show them either. Anyway. Fubuki and Spatos try to salvage the filler here, but I don't think this is working out. He's a marine, so just sort of.
Kmogon always says that he saw fiefdom units.
Yeah, that's part of the map though.
Yeah, and I created them though. I just don't remember where are they.
The center to the right, up the small ramp, at the tents.
Oh, the few dead ones. Yes.
Okay, so what do we have? Spells? Spells? Not that many spells. Not yet. These are the bases. Rohan is still going for cavalry. I think, did he lose the first battalion?
I don't know.
Can't really tell. Yeah, Necro, the dwarves are really taking a beating now. And again, it's lagging.
Yes. Whatever's happening now.
Day of technical difficulties continues.
Okay.
Okay. I guess we're just unlucky today.
Yeah,
Yeah. Someone was about to crash there. F in the chat. Yes, I think at this point we should just leave it at that. I doubt
it's a bit frustrating.
Yeah, I doubt that it's gonna get better.
Yeah.
Which is a shame, really. But the game is old, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And
we actually had some games in the beta before we made the stream.
I could have done it better if I didn't put my graphics on this level, probably.
Yeah, but I don't think that this is the only problem.
Either way.
Oh.
We hope you saw what you wanted to see. We hope you saw some interesting new things. I hope you like
We hope that you
These
don't
lessons.
think that everything crashes all the time in 4.5.
Especially important, yeah. But yeah, from there on, if there are any questions, we can hang around for a bit.
Yes.
DSS LOTR has an important question. And
Yeah, but he doesn't ask it.
I really want to know what it is. Will heavy armor and cavalry shields work properly in 4.5? Yes, they will. That's a bug that's been fixed. I don't know when, but it has been fixed. Very important question, but yeah.
So, any other questions?
If you get questions in regards to spells or anything else,
Have Dale, Lakedown, and Dunedain units and heroes been changed in any way?
I'm trying to think of something. I don't think so. Okay, so it was
Okay.
because Necros internet
Yeah.
crashed.
Oh, it was not Edain, not the Sage engine, it was actually Necros internet. Whew.
I mean, it happens. What can you say? What can the Haykard do, and are there any requirements to building them? No, no requirements. You can just recruit them out of any farm. What it can do, I guess I can do a little.
Do you-
I can do that against. Can I do that?
Well, we can also do a 1v1 and you just attack me.
Yeah, we can do that.
With
I
one of
think.
them.
Let's try that.
So, are you still in game?
No, you gotta abort.
No. Okay, then I bought. So everyone kicked.
Everyone kick. Let's go. So yeah, the Haykards. Basically, you build this unit, you run up to an enemy building, and then it starts a fire there basically, and that fire burns for some time. And if the enemy doesn't react in time, you can destroy farms, for example, very easily. It's less effective in the base because of the citadel bonus, but against farms it's great.
So then yes, you can post the link in the chat. Just don't spam it. And about the Mordor AI, the AIs were changed completely. So basically, every AI had a complete overhaul to before. So I think I can say that in one of my last games against the AI, I suddenly had an Isengard mine at my wall, which blew up everything.
I guess you like that.
I liked it very much.
Oh yeah, and thanks for pointing that out, Necro. Theodred, of course, has gotten a new concept. If you level him up, you can also get the Haykards at his new attack tower. Okay, so let me show you real quick.
So
Whatever weapons you can muster.
So I can build them at a farm or at a farm. We didn't say that you spammed it, we just say please don't spam it. So cool. Okay. So this is basically it. I'll just, the price is at 250 at the moment. Not that expensive.
Countrymen, this way, my friends.
The thing about it is that
Whatever weapons you can
it
muster.
has, it's a bit faster than infantry units, but it's very vulnerable. It really doesn't have a lot of hit points.
Let's get working. We're done building over here.
And so if you just send it out on its own, it can get destroyed very easily.
So I built a lumber mill above my fortress.
Okay.
We got work to do.
I gotta try hard not to run into walks. That would kind of defeat the purpose.
Yes, the stream will be saved and uploaded to YouTube, to our channel.
Hey man, the high card can run over trees. That's
Yes.
a strong builder. He didn't skip leg there.
There they are.
Okay, so
Enemy holds these lands.
Cart's on its way.
basically what the high card does is you run up to the building and then it starts a fire. And this fire burns for 15 seconds. And as you can see, it does damage to the enemy building, but if Gnomi attacks it, if he attacks it,
Well, I do come. Yes.
you can destroy that rather easily. So if you're in position, you can just kill that easily. Easy peasy. Hey card attending my desires to burn everything. Magnificent.
Cart's on its way. We got work to do.
Who are you?
Let's go.
The Mad
We
King?
too. We are landed Gnomi.
Let's get this thing moving.
Okay, so I'll just send another one. You can just attack that one, just so you see.
So,
Cart's on its way.
How much are the Haycards? 250 at the moment, but that's just a simple value that's still subject to change. So if we get feedback that it's a bit too strong, a bit too
The
cheap,
enemy there.
Let's go.
then we can still adjust.
oh yeah. Ah, no. Attack! Yeah, I misclicked.
Our forces are under attack.
You see it.
Yeah. Really, it doesn't take long. And of course, if he, for example, gets walks out, walks can chase it down really easy.
Woo! Victory!
Congrats. Okay.
Then there was the question if has Aragorn true intentions been shown in 4.5? Not yet. Not yet.
Once it starts, you can't. Yes, you can. You can put out the fire. You do it by attacking it, but it's basically, telling your units to run up and put out the fire, and then it stops doing damage. Yeah, it doesn't have a lot of health. Can I be a beta tester? Hey,
I think not for 4.5, but afterwards.
afterwards.
We'll see. Depends on how many Necro coins you give us. Yes, it can destroy buildings quicker than units can, but it also can't attack other units. So
I mean, it's still, balancing
still-
it, we can still
yeah.
do that. That's not the basic how to use this thing and what it does.
Yeah. But basically, it has to be better at destroying buildings than normal units. As otherwise, why would you use it?
Okay, so
So
if that's pretty much it for the questions, and from what I can see, it's mostly memes in the chat now, so
yes,
people bribing each other trying to become a beta tester. Something about chats. Okay, then in that case, thanks everybody for coming and joining the stream. Even though we had quite a few technical difficulties, we had a lot of fun. I hope you did as well. And I hope you liked what you saw.
and then you'll hear from us soon, I'd say.
Until then.
Yes.